Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis and welcome back to Day Art Survival. And today, I'm gonna show you a little bit of, or I guess tell a little bit of preparation for the upcoming event, which is called the Easter event, or quote unquote event, because it's not really that big of an event. Well, at least not that for last year. So, the event itself for the Easter egg is just so that you can find as many eggs and as possible. You can find throughout the cities or towns basically, and yeah, that is literally it. The event or the activity, I guess. In the Discord server, the developer actually referred the Easter event as Easter activity. It's not called event, so I'm not sure if it's actually gonna be big event like Halloween or even Christmas. So yeah. So just for a little bit of brief about what it is about last year. So last year, the Easter event was that you just loot cities basically. You just loot buildings, and then you will eventually found some eggs, I believe. And yeah, you can search the location and you get eggs, and that's it. That's literally the way to get yourself some eggs. Now again, I have no idea how this year's gonna be, but I guess we can have some preparation according to last year, and I will also add some things if it's gonna be different towards the end basically. Okay, so because we know that the event itself is just searching for locations or buildings inside cities or towns, so you don't really need that much of preparation, but you will need some specific ones over here, as you can tell by the page that I'm showing over here. So yeah, let's just start one by one. First, you need clean water. Obviously, when you search cities, you will do a lot of travel. Then you will need water basically. That's like basic things. And then you can also use cold coffee. This is what I used mostly for drink plus energy, for water plus energy. So as you can see over here, cold coffee has some water and some energy as well. So instead of just water and then you have to use other things, might as well just use cold coffee. Because it's just one type, right? And then for the radiation, you will need homemade wine or whiskey. Although personally, I would prefer homemade wine because, as you can see, it is just -50 radiation flat. Well, this one it gives a little bit energy, but it's only reducing by -30. And if you know the location of the cities towards the east, like farther away from your, the newbie location, the more severe the radiation will be, which means that cities like this can get as high as 20 radiation per hour. So you know this you will have to drink whiskey more than if you would only have to use homemade wine. So yeah. Also, by the way, you can also just stack those radiation. It doesn't matter. You can always clean them off to zero instantly from the npc if you have enough currency. I guess that's also one way to do it. If you have enough currency, you can always instantly remove all your radiation from the npc. That's just one way to do that. Another way, I mean, my personal favorite will be homemade wine, and that's it. Food, obviously, we have water, energy, and then also food. Stew meat is probably the best one here because it gives 150 food, which means that you don't actually have to eat a lot, right? So yeah. Out of this option over here, stew meat, pickled vegetable, which only gives 50, and then jam only gives 50 as well. So stew meat is just raw food, basically. Although this one is also nice, it increase your food, water, and also reduce your radiation. This one, food, water, and energy. I guess jam is more efficient. You can always use this as well. But me personally, um, again, I use cold coffee, therefore I don't really need these. If you don't use cold coffee, then jam is probably the best option there because it's just balanced. And yeah. um Next we have, you can also use some food buff as well, by the way, like this bread over here. Bread gives hearty food, as you can see. It replenishes your food and water by 1 and 2 respectively for 36 hours, so you will need a lot of bread if you want to use this. You can also use other food buff like C, for example. This gives you search speed, which increases your search speed. It's self-explanatory by 50%. Now I haven't actually tested this myself. I have no idea if this actually cuts the time by half, or if it's some kind of nonsense like this thing over here, which is this pumpkin soup, which it increases by 300%, but there is like a limit, right? So I have no idea if there is actually a limit or not for this C over here. And yeah, I have no idea, I haven't tested it myself. Next, you can also use cake, because keep in mind that you loot cities, right? Might as well use this, because this increases the quantity of components found. So, for instance, um, like when you search for like warehouse, and then you get like some I don't know, like maybe sandpaper, or uh, what is it called again, the washing powder, you probably can get extra of that if you use scavenger. Now I have no idea if this will increase the amount of egg that you will find. Again, I haven't tested this out. Maybe I will do it when the event actually happens. And yeah, um so those are food buff, or you can just use the ultimate looting food kinda, or energy or power buff or something, which is called Aquafita over here. It has this outstanding health, as you can see. It replenishes food, water, and energy for 11 days, and this is actually one of my personal favorite for searching cities or looting cities. Obviously, this only is available for basically max level players. So yeah, not a lot of people. Like if you're new or low level, you might not be able to get this one. Well, you can grind level. We have still some time, right, before April 9th, which is the Easter day. So yeah. Um, Aquafite, it's just 11 days of you don't need to worry about anything. It's just gonna replenish your stuff, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that. You can also use Metocane as well. It's a medication that increases energy per hour, so you can use combo of bread, this one, food plus water, and then this one, the energy basically. And yeah, both of those is only 36 hours, as you can see. So you will need a lot of those compared to just drinking this Aquafite over here. But obviously, making Aquafite is kind of expensive, so I guess yeah, it depends on what how you play the game, I guess. Next we have diesel. What does diesel mean? It's kind of obvious as well. You need fuel, either gasoline or diesel. If you use regular vehicle, if you use bellas, then you use those like a recovery, or not recovery, a repair materials. You also need repair for vehicle as well in general. So this diesel over here is basically just a symbol for vehicle. You will need vehicle because you will need to travel. You need the fuel, you need the repair, etc., etc. You get the point. So yeah, you need vehicle. Steel axe, shovel, crowbar, and also hacksaw. This is actually just tools that are needed to open doors. Sometimes when you loot cities like buildings, the door, the doors are sometimes locked, and you will need extra tools. Like for instance, steel axe if it's just regular doors, shovel if it's covered by rubbles, crowbar. I believe crowbar is when it's like what is it called? Crowbar is like door, but it's like metal door or something. What is it called? Like yeah, it's like a better door, for instance. And yeah, hacksaw is for um, the for the military base. Basically, in the military base, when they store the armor, they will have this over here. You will need the hacksaw to open that. Flashlight, it's obvious. Flashlight and the battery as well. You will need search success over here, plus 70%. Or you can use the best one, which is kind of a little bit more expensive, I guess. And yeah, you can use this. Homemade explosive. If you don't want to use any of this tool over here, you can always use homemade explosive. Homemade explosive. Apparently, this opens every door, if I remember correctly. I think so. Yeah, I think this one opens every door. I think, and yeah. Saipuha, well, PKM and also ammo. This is just another symbol. You will need weapons because sometimes, when you search for locations, you got ambushed, right? And you need to proceed to battle. Now, me personal favorite as well, my personal, way is I just auto battle them. I don't care about manual, I cannot think about that because it's time consuming. I'm quite busy. Maybe you are busy as well, so you just want to auto battle. So, yeah, if you want to auto battle, make sure that you probably don't use PKM because it will always be defaulted to your strongest weapons. So, you don't want to use PKM because it will consume a lot of ammo. Maybe you can use weaker version like maybe DP27 or Saipuha. I think it's fine as well. And yeah, armor, obviously, we have weapons. Now we need armor as well. And yeah. Um, Also, keep in mind that I feel like you will try to get yourself some armor that gives radiation resistance. And yeah, I also forgot about radiation resistance. Like mask, for instance. Where is my mask? It is over. Where is it? Equipment, right? Where is it? This one over here, 70 points, 17, I mean, and plus 8, which is this one. So that is 25 points reduction, which is a lot. So, yeah, you probably don't need as much homemade wine, I guess. But yeah, if you can try to use, I think there is other uh, armor as well that's purely for radiation resistance. I forgot what it's called. And yeah, we already discussed about this. And the final one is Bad Bear. This is kind of optional. You don't actually need this, but if you have this, it's okay because this increase your search success by 5%. It's like a passive addition, I believe. So we have this 70 plus 5, that is 75%. So yeah, I guess 70 is better. I mean, 75 is better than 70%, right? So yeah, there you go. Pet Bear, if you don't have this, you can buy from other people. Yeah, I guess that is the only way to get this pet bear. But keep in mind that this is an old items. You make sure that you have the your source like a reliable source basically because this is old items. This might be expensive, so people might monetize this and they will do anything, including cheating, for example. So you don't want that, right? You don't want to get things that are from cheating. So yeah, so yeah, there you go. That is just like basically things that you need for searching towns or cities because you need to find the eggs, but doing so you also search for other things as well. Might as well like prepare, not prepare, but more like you use those opportunity as well for searching other stuff as well. So yeah, because sometimes you can get some things like collectibles, like household items, which is kind of nice. So yeah, um, there you go. Now, what happens if it's an actual event, like actual event? Well, my second, advice, I guess, other than just preparing this page over here, is if it's an actual event with boss monsters and such. Well, I guess it's just for weapon and armor. It's probably the best preparation. You will need a lot of armor because you have to beat the bosses, you have to beat the maybe daily quest or something, and that requires a lot of ammo. So you probably want to prepare for that, and armor as well, obviously, as well as the repair. So yeah, keep in mind about that. So yeah, there you go. Um, Simple as that. If it's an actual event like Halloween or Christmas event, you probably will need those the most, which is just weapon and armor. And yeah, if it's just looting, you will need this stuff that helps or supports you when you're traveling or searching for cities. So yeah, but anyway, I think that is it for this one. It's just small preparation because when this video is out, I think this one will be out before April. So we only have like less than 2 weeks probably until the event, quote unquote event, actually started. So yeah, I kind of doubt that this will be an actual big event. Like we will have boss monsters. I kind of doubt because I feel like the developers are kind of busy with the big update, and also they just had, we just had the Halloween event and Christmas event back to back, relatively close to each other. So it's not likely that they also prepared this event as well, while also preparing for the big update. So yeah, but I do hope though that this event is gonna be an actual big event, so that we can, maybe in the future, right? Maybe when they are not as busy as thinking about big update, like big update that revamp stuff. I do hope that this becomes an actual event. So we have Halloween, and then 2 months later we have Christmas, and then kind of 4 months later we have Easter. So yeah, now that I think about it, Christmas is actually 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So yeah, it's actually kind of crazy now. I thought it's just literally 2 months ago, but no, it's actually 3 months ago. So yeah, maybe they will, do some, Valentine as well in between. So we have October, December, February, and then April, and then summer. Maybe there is one, around June or July, or August, and then October, Halloween, and that becomes a yearly cycle, so that the game keeps being alive, right? So yeah, with those events, I feel like again the game is just gonna be alive throughout the year. So yeah, but anyway, other over this one, let me know if I miss anything. Let me know if you have some more suggestion about the strategy to loot cities. But for now, I will leave it over here. Write down in the comments. I like to read comments. If I read your comments, I will give the heart. And if I feel like your comment is actually very good, I will pin that as well. So yeah, but anyway, stay so stealthy. I will see you again 2 days from now. I do have changed my schedule for the art survival. It's now gonna be 2 days once instead of every day, because um I'm looking at my YouTube stats. I feel like the channel is doing great in terms of views and watch time. What I need the more is actually the subscribers count. So yeah, if you haven't, just help a bro out, drop that sub, and yeah, it's free, it's easy, and yeah. Once we hit 1,000, I might actually do daily again. So yeah, but for now, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. 2 days from now. But until then, see ya.